Imagine having a garden with perpetually fewer weeds. Dr. Reich, renowned soil scientist and avid gardener, is also the author of the best-selling book, The Weedless Garden. And I've been following his methods for years, and the results speak for themselves. So in this video, I want to share with you the steps so that you can have your own garden with fewer weeds too. Here are the important steps to having a garden with fewer weeds. First, stop tilling the soil. We know a lot more about the detrimental impact tilling has on soil, but tilling is a big contributor to weeds. As the tines of the tiller tear through the soil while destroying its natural structure, tilling brings thousands of dormant weed seeds to the surface, where they'll sprout now that they're exposed to sunlight and air. Now, if you can't resist the urge to till, it is imperative that you pick out those young, tender weeds as soon as they're emerging. And if you skip this step, you might as well not even move on to the rest, because it's that important. You've got to get these young weeds out to prevent them from spreading. Second, make well-defined spaces between planting beds and walking areas, and never walk in the planting beds. By sticking to the designated walking areas for foot traffic, the planting beds will never become compacted by your weight underfoot and will therefore be less conducive to weed growth. Third, once your beds are defined, cover them with a generous layer, about 1 to 2 inches, of compost or mulch. Organic matter feeds the soil, so the soil can feed the plants. Moreover, the mulch layer blocks the light from getting to the weed seeds lurking at or near the surface. Since many weed seed varieties need light to germinate, the mulch layer provides an important role in having a weedless garden. Fourth, use drip irrigation in your beds. Unlike overhead watering, where everything gets soaked, drip irrigation directs the water only where it's needed, directly into the soil and only around the base of your targeted plants. Drip irrigation is a very effective way to deprive weed seeds outside of the drip zone of the water that they need to sprout and persist. Significantly reducing the weeds in your garden and then keeping them at that level is not impossible. It really does come down to these 4 key steps. But to be clear, having a completely weed-free garden all the time is a myth. But if you follow these essential actions, you can do a lot less weeding and make your garden much more manageable.